Okay, so this is going to be an interesting, hopefully, show, because what I'm doing today is a little bit different to what I've done before. This time I've done before and put it on the head, as the head thing on my whole channel. It was something called the rickshaw rant, where I was talking and driving the rickshaw at the same time. This is on a normal bike, driving along, as you can see, on the pavement, because this is Poland, obviously Warsaw, and that's perfectly allowable. There's me, the shadow anyway, and nobody would be in the slightest little bit surprised. I'm not sure how well this will come out. When you're on the pavement, you've got to make allowances for people. It's not as dangerous for a bike to hit a human being as it is for a car to hit a bike. Thankfully there aren't that many drunk drivers, whereas there are quite a few drunk walkers in certain parts of town. And once I did actually bang into a drunkard who was walking backwards, waving his arms about, not even looking about the fact that he was blocking my path, doing it in a way which there's pretty much no way I would have predicted, as no rationally minded person would have done it. And I hit him, not very hard, but I didn't regret it, because I thought, well, basically, if people are going to behave that way in public, they deserve what they get. But in the main, I'm all in favour of legislations where you can ride on the pavement, because a bicycle is, especially when you don't go mad and drive fast, is nowhere near as dangerous for a pedestrian as it is for a bike to be on the road with cars. And so therefore whether it's official or unofficial in Poland, you do it, and as you'll see later on, there'll be plenty of other people doing it with me. The sky is looking quite nice today. Still, although it's likely to be a storm later, so I better get this done and dusted while I still have in mind to do it. The part of Warsaw that we're in is and as you can see, the streets are nicely redone. This happened a couple of years ago with all these pleasant red tiles. The way that the cameras are being held onto my bike, by the way, is with the use of something called a gorillapod. If you want to know what a gorillapod is, you can look it up on the internet. My suggestion is, in fact, I might put one of these on my A store. I've now got an A store for UK and EU people to use, as well as the old one used by American viewers and listeners to my stuff, because obviously sometimes people want to pay in sterling so they don't have an exchange loss. People want to not pay customs duty for things which are in the UK already. That's already in the price, so they know what they're paying, or pay less on postage and packing. Or they might want region 2 coded DVDs, and the Amazon American site will sell them region 1 coded DVDs. So I decided to open a second A store with Amazon as an Amazon associate. I don't know anybody else who's doing this on YouTube, and as far as I know, it's a perfectly fair thing to do. I don't want anybody to start buying things off it if they can buy them more cheaply. But what I can do on it is find the things that people are telling me they're looking for out of view. People sometimes say, oh, this song you use as background music, where can I get it? And actually I'm all the happier to show where that can be bought and help you buy it, because apart from anything else, the music business is less likely to jump up and down on me for occasionally taking liberties with things on backing tracks if they know that I'm part of the value chain and it's actually selling a few extra copies for them along the way. So that's probably the main reason for doing it. The second main reason is because it is actually helping people that can't find things on that easily on the internet. Not everybody's a genius at finding things. They haven't really the hang of all the search tools, so it's sometimes helpful to get these things in places for them. I'm not really trying to make money from it, although it's interesting to see whether money can be made. Thankfully I don't have to live on it, which is why I'm not insisting anybody uses it or encouraging people to use it if they can get the things more cheaply. You're not doing that many favours, because I live quite comfortably anyway, but if money is made on these things, well then there's something that would provide something that I can do prizes and things like that from. I'm not making any concrete promises because I don't know whether there'll be any concrete money on there, but at least I would have in theory something that I could give prizes for it. Quizzes. I did one quiz at Christmas. There weren't any particular prizes for it, but in the future I could actually use an Amazon fund of money if it emerges on there to actually offer prizes for competitions on this channel, and that's probably what I would use most of the money from if it does arise. But so far I managed to earn 14 cents. Somebody very kindly purchased the Russian book from the American A store that I have on there, and so I did actually make 14 cents, which of course, I mean, if I did do anything like take that and use it myself, I'd probably feel obliged to go adding things into my tax declarations for it, whereas if I use it all just for prizes and things like that, for these smaller amounts of money, I'm not talking about 14 cents, that's not really a prize, is it? But you know, a few dollars or dozens of dollars. There'd be more utility to do that, to build the channel that way, than for me to actually take it for myself and then have to say, well, yes, I had a benefit and here's my tax. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I pay quite enough tax already, believe me. So that's the idea of all that with the A stores, and I hope people don't find it over-commercialised. It's really just an experiment to see whether those things are possible. If anybody else wants to copy the idea and set up their own A store, then be my guest. You just have to go to Amazon.com or Amazon.co.uk or both, and go to the Associates program, which you'll find on the left-hand side, navigation bar, quite a way down, and you can become an Amazon Associate if you've got a website, or even if you're using just the YouTube channel, I think. As long as they say that you're not supposed to do it on things where you've got third-party, you're breaching third-party copyright. How strict they are about it is another matter, but they say that. Okay. How well this will come out, or how joggly it will be, I really don't know. But we're coming up the side of Świerki I Figury, which is the road which goes to the airport, and I'm going to just drive it through Park Mokotowski, or Pole Mokotowski is what it's called, the Mokotów Fields. This is actually a bike path, but you'll see that just in the same way as you've got bikes going on people paths, you'll also see that people are quite happy to walk along the cycle path as well. In this country there's mutual tolerance. Thankfully Poland isn't over-tolerant, so we don't have a problem with like terrorists in our midst like there is in some countries. But it's quite a tolerant sort of place. Make sure I've got the right. Yeah, if I was to follow the bike path itself, I don't have to do this, but if I was to follow the bike path, it would take me down here. There's not a lot of people out here, despite the warm day. It's about 30 degrees outside. There's not that many people hanging around. the reasons for doing this film is just basically to see whether it's possible to do to film as you ride along on a bike for any kind of length of time. I think what I've done just since switching it on has been about 3 kilometres just by the way. Possibly 2.5. People out there trying to get some of the sun before it disappears. Their thumbs are on. Probably once I've done this and I put it up onto YouTube, I'll discover that dozens of people have already done this on this. But I haven't seen any yet myself. Usually I do things thinking that they're original, and then afterwards when I put them up I discover that a lot of people have done it. When I did the sushi conveyor belt thing, I thought I knew I wasn't original because somebody else had done it first, but I did it sort of like knowing it was a kind of spoofed version of it, but I thought it was fairly original for me to spoof it. And then it turned out that there were quite a lot of spoof sushi conveyor belt things already done. So there's so many people now on YouTube, so many very creative people, that actually finding things which are really original to do is not that easy. One thing I can't really do on this though is move the camera around too much to show you what's to the left and the right. It off and then switch it on again when something more original presents itself. Building over there is your something to do with the statistical office, I think, unless it's part of the Szkoła Główna Handlowa. Yes, I think it's the Szkoła Główna Handlowa actually, come to think of it. The Institute of Economics, that sort of thing, looking like a pyramid over there. On the left hand side of the road. There's the tram. So it's further on now down the the second part of it, after you cross Allee and you probably wash your Independence Avenue, as people call it when they translate proper names into English, which they shouldn't. So we're on this little bit now that starting to get more towards the centre of Warsaw. Again, much fewer people than I thought there would be. Maybe we'll get into more of a crowded situation later. There's a statue there of the Gwiazdów Polskich there. More in that direction there. You can see the twin spires of the Church of the Redeemer in Plac Zbawiciela. More could be made of this particular junction, but see how it goes in the future. one of the tubeway entrances. This one's Polytechnica for the Warsaw Poly, which has its own wrestling team on Facebook among its other claims to fame. And there's Platz Konstytucji that way. It's going to come down into Platz Zbawiciela. Crossing Walińskiego. She's in the road at the moment. Cobbles are not going to be my friend here, but they can see if we can stop it and let you see the church. You can move on the gorillapod slightly like that, and there's the church, and this is where you'll find Izumi Sushi, which is what I've recommended before as a sushi bar. It's there. Let's get this straightened up again so it points where the wheel is pointing. And keep it straight. Yeah, okay, hopefully that's straight. And carry on riding. The cobbles aren't my friend. Not for this anyway. Take it once around there and then start moving up towards the central area. Okay. An impromptu band here. About to give a little concert to the people sitting, eating. Towards Platz Konstytucji or Constitution Square, these colonnades here with nice furniture, art shops and good restaurants on either side. The MDM Hotel on the left, one of the older hotels in the city. See some of the architecture here, colonnades with the lights on. Behind it, you're just starting to see, if I can turn around into it, you're just starting to see the building known as the Stalin building. See it up there, the spire of it up there. Behind the trees there. Other cyclists might be interested to know that just near here is a good bike repair shop. where the big one is. Stalin's Palace, this is called. Down there's the central roundabout of Warsaw, which everything's measured from, next to Hotel Polonia on this side. Up there you can see the Marriott. Elegantly dressed up, probably going to a wedding or something.
Bo to było na zasadzie, że nowo budowane musiało.
Well, there's some kind of crowd here gathering for some reason. Ah, theatre. I think they're waiting to go into the theatre. This is where the Phantom of the Opera is playing. So we've got a lot of Lord Scruffy's fans, some of them trying to be about as scruffy as he is. This guy here with his dreadlocks on, for example, he's almost beating the original haircut. And here they are, so we'll make our way through them. They want to see the Phantom. People out there wearing their Sunday best on Saturday. Here we get close to the Marriott. And you can see a couple more pieces of river. The gorillapod's holding out very well. We're coming to see some of the, you'll see the Stalin building from slightly the other side, and you'll see the new building, the Złote Tarasy. Złote Tarasy is this over here. Well, there's some, I've shown this before. There's obviously the old Stalin building. Złote Tarasy there. Marriott here. And there's Aleja Jerozolimskie is the street. It's intersection with Emily Plater Street. So these are the good old. Bus stops near the train station. Film here in the end. It's amazing to just ride around and produce content. Looking back now at that centre, I'm going to drive down here a little bit, further up the Aleja Jerozolimskie, more towards the Street Centre area. I'm not really looking to exercise heavily on this because I'm going to have a walk later. So it's just a short one. So, well, this guy's got a shirt in Japanese. I'm going to photograph it and later I'll be able to decode it from my Japanese book. It's a new idea of mine to put on YouTube. They seem quite interested in that. They look like English people.